Hello Year 5 and welcome to Maths. I hope you're ready. Do you have your pen and your pencil and a nice quiet spot at home where you can concentrate? If you have anything to distract you, just set them aside and then return to them when we've finished. When you're ready, complete the do now and then come back when you're ready to go through the answers. Welcome back. How did you do? Let's take a look. Number 1, what is a mixed fraction? It's where there is a whole and a fraction. Number 2, of the fractions on the right, which one is incorrect? It was number 3. You can't subtract 7/9 from 2/9. Number 3, what is 1/3 of a bag of sweets plus 2/3 of a bag of sweets? You can tick 2. So it's either 1 whole or 3/3. And number 4, the answer is 7. So today we're going to be adding and subtracting fractions with a common denominator. Actually, we won't. We'll be looking for fractions that have a common denominator, so the denominators will actually be different. But let's take a look at what we were doing yesterday. Here we have 3/8 and 4/8. So what do? The two denominators are the same. Does that change? Great, so that stays the same. We don't add them. And then we add our numerator. So 4 plus 7 equals 7. Fantastic. Now we're going to find equivalent fractions. So here we have 2/3 and we're trying to find the equivalent sixths. So what must we do? We're going to see how many times 3 goes into 6. What must I do to 3 to get 6? Good, I need to multiply it by 2. And whatever I do to the denominator, I need to do to the numerator. Well done. So I multiply that by 2. 4 times 2 equals 4. Great. So now let's take a look. Even if we were to shade this in, we have 2/3 at the bottom. We have our whole, which has been divided into 3 equal parts, and we have 2. And then we have 6 at the top. Let's shade in 4 and see if that's equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely, so they are equivalent. Let's take a look at this. 3/5. We're trying to find its equivalent in tenths. So what must I do to 5 to get 10? Tell me. Good, I need to multiply it by 2 again. Well done. And whatever I do to my denominator, I need to do to my numerator. Well done. So I need to multiply that by 2 as well. 3 times 2 equals 6. Excellent. So 3/5 is equal to 6/10. We have 3/5, 1, 2, 3. That will be here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6/10. So we can see that they are equivalent fractions. Now, if I look at the orange rod as a whole, can you tell me the fractions of the other rods? So what would be the fraction of the white rod? Let's take a look at the orange rod. How many equal parts are there? You'll be able to tell from the squares. Good, shout it out. Excellent, 10 equal parts. So that tells me that my denominator is going to be, tell me, good. So what would the fraction be for the white rod? Shout it out. Let's take a look. Are you right? Oh dear. Hold on, sorry. You're right, sorry, that is 1/10. Good. Okay, now let's take a look at the red rod. What would the equivalent fraction be there? 2/10. Excellent. What about the green rod? Yeah, there are 3 squares. That would be 3/10. What about this purple rod? Oh, it says 6/10. But I agree, I think it is 4/10 too. What mistake has this person made? Yeah, they've counted the remaining squares, haven't they? So that's actually, oh, sorry, that's actually 4/10. Well done. What about the black rod? What would the fraction be? Good, it would be 7. And what about the last one? Shout it out. Excellent. 8/10. Well done. Now we're going to convert to equivalent fractions. What do you notice about these fractions here? 2/5 and 3/10. Tell me. Yes, they're right. You're right. Can we add them together? Why? Exactly, yes. The denominators are different. If the denominators are different, then we cannot simply add them. We will need to convert them. So I'm going to write the 2 fractions here, 2/5 and 3/10. We're going to convert them so that we can add them. First of all, we're going to find the lowest common denominator. Now, what does that mean? It's a number that both denominators will divide equally into. So I need to think of a number that when divided by 5 will give me a number with no remainders, and a number that when divided by 10 will leave no remainders. Can you think of one? Well done, 10. So let me write 2/5 equals, and then I'm going to write 10 here. Now we're going to find the equivalent fraction for the 2/5. So what must I do to 5 to get 10? Good, multiply it by 2, and then I do the same to my numerator. And 2 times 2 equals 4. Great. Now I can add them together. 4/10 plus 3/10 equals, good, 7/10. Well done. Next, what do you notice about the fractions here? 9/10, 5/10, and 1/5. Tell me. And what's different? Yeah, absolutely. So these 2 fractions are tenths, but the denominator of this one is slightly different. So I need to convert 1/5 into tenths. What must I do to 5 to get 10? Can you tell me? Good, I need to multiply it by 2. And can you remember what I need to do to my numerator then? Yeah, that's right, I need to multiply that by 2 as well. 1 times 2 equals 2. Good, so 1/5 is the equivalent of 2/10. What's the equivalent of 1/5? 2/10. Okay, let's remember that. So now, which of these statements do you agree with? I'd like you to pause the video and then come back when you think you've found the correct statement or a statement that you agree with. Unpause it when you're ready to continue. So, which statement do you agree with? Hands up if you think A. Hands up if you think B. What about C? Let's take a look, shall we? So we have 1/5 plus 2/10. What was 1/5 equivalent to in tenths? That's right, 2/10. 2/10 plus 5/10 equals, 2 plus 5 does not equal 6, so I know that it can't be A. What about here? Oh, it looks like what they've done is they've added the 2 denominators. Can we do that? Yeah, I agree. We can't just add the denominators. Let's take a look at this one. I know that 1 fifth is equivalent to 2/10. 2 plus 5 equals 7, and the denominator stays the same. So actually, this is the correct statement. Were you right? Great. So, if we have two fractions that we're adding together and they have different denominators, we need to convert them so that they have a common denominator. Let's take a look at our steps to success. Number 1, find the lowest common denominator. Remember, it's a number that both denominators will divide equally into. Number 2, multiply the denominator to match the larger one. And then 3, multiply the numerator by the same amount. So let's start with this one. What's the common denominator? 5 and 10. Good, 10. So let's find the common denominator of 5. What must I do to 5 to get 10? Good, multiply it by 2 and the same. I need to multiply my numerator by my denominator, and the answer is 2/10. Now that I have my answer, 2/10 plus 6/10 equals 6 plus 2 equals, good, 8/10. Okay, what's the first step? Can you tell me? We have half plus 1/8. Good job. So what is our common denominator? 8. Good. 8 is our lowest common denominator. So 1/2. Oh, sorry, 1/2 equals 8. Sorry, there we go. So what must I do to 2 to get 8? Tell me. Yeah, well done. I'm going to multiply it by 4. Good. What about the third step? Read it out. Good. So I must multiply my numerator by, good, 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. Good. So now I know what the equivalent fraction is. It's 4/8. I can add them easily. 8 plus 8. Do I add them? Well remembered, yes. It's the same denominator. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Great, so my answer is 5/8. Now let's take a look at these. We are going to subtract these, but we still need to do the same thing. We still need to find the equivalent fraction with the same denominator. So you tell me and I'll write it down. Good. What's your lowest denominator? Good. Number 2. Multiply it by. Excellent. The third one. Good. Multiply it by. And the answer is good. Do I finish there? No. So I found my equivalent fraction, which is 4/6. And the answer is, tell me. Excellent, 5/6. Well done. Okay, let's take a look at this. Last one. Read them out. Good. What's the lowest common denominator? Excellent. So what am I going to do? Yes, multiply it by 3. If I multiply my denominator by 3, I need to do what to my numerator? Well done. Multiply it by 3 as well. 1 times 3 equals 3. Can I add it? Good. Okay, so what is my answer? 3 take away 2 equals 1/9. I noticed that I made a mistake up here. What was my operation? Good, so is my answer 5? No, my answer is 3 take away 1 equals 3. Good job. Okay, What I would like you to do now is to complete the independent task. You have 6 questions, so pause when you're ready and then unpause to continue. Here are the first 3 questions. And now the next 3. Unpause to go through the answers. So how did you do? Let's take a look. Number 1, 5/6. Number 2, 3/4. Number 3, 5/8. Number 4, 9/10. Number 5, 13/14. And number 6 is also 13/14. Now, sometimes you may have to add 3 fractions together with different numerators. As you can see here, we have thirds, sixths, and twelfths. Now, we need to convert all of them to have the same denominator in order to solve the problem. So first of all, we need to find the lowest common denominator. Remember, it's a number that when divided by all of the denominators does not have a remainder. So can you think of a denominator that 3, 6, and 12 can be divided into equally? Have a think. You thought of a number? You'll find them in the 3 times tables, the 6 times tables, and also the 12 times tables. Tell me. Good, yeah, I thought of one. It's 24, because 3 times 8 equals 24, 6 times 4 equals 24, and 12 times 2 equals 24. But that's not the lowest one, is it? It says find the lowest. What could the lowest one be? Absolutely 12. I can divide 12 by 3, which will equal 4. I can divide 12 by 6, which will equal 2. And I can divide 12 by 12, which equals 1. Great. So what I'm going to do is I now need to convert these 2 fractions into twelfths. So I've written my 2 fractions, 2/3 and 1/6, and I prepared my equivalent fraction into twelfths. So let's go through the process. What do I need to do first? I found my lowest common denominator already. I need to multiply the denominator to match the larger one. So here is my smaller denominator, and I need to match it to this one, 12. What must I do to 3 to get 12? Good, I need to multiply it by 4. Now, I need to multiply the numerator by the same number. 2 times 4 equals, tell me. Good, 8. Well done. So I know that the first equivalent fraction to 2/3 is 8/12. Now I'm going to look at 1/6. Repeat steps 2 and 3 until all fractions are converted. So what do I need to do to 6 to get 12? I need to multiply it by 2. Well done. What about the numerator? Tell me. Good. I need to multiply that by 2 as well. So my answer is 2/12. Excellent. So here I have, 2/12. I also need to add the third fraction. Remember, don't forget that one. And what will my denominator be? Can you tell me? Good, that doesn't change. Remember, we're not adding 12 plus 12 plus 12. It remains the same. What about the numerator? Shout it out. Excellent. So my answer is 11/12. Well done, year 5. Let's try another one. Again, we need to be very careful and look at the operation. We're subtracting. So my first step, read it out. So a number all denominators will divide equally into. Can you tell me? Good, 8. So I'm going to write 1/2 here. And I know that my equivalent fraction is going to be an 1/8. And then I'm going to write 1/4 here. And I know that my equivalent fraction needs to be an 1/8. So let's calculate it together. Multiply the denominator to match the larger one. So what must I do to 2 to get 8? Well done. Multiply by 4. Now what do I need to do to the numerator? Good. Multiply by 4 as well. Okay, so what's my answer? Excellent. 4/8. I need to repeat steps 3 and 4 until all fractions are converted. So I need to do this one too. 8 equals, tell me? Good, multiplied by 2. And then my numerator. Excellent, well remembered, multiplied by 2. So my answer is 2/8. So now I can write it out again. 4/8, take away 2/8. What's that? Yeah, equals 2/8. Well done. I still need to subtract my last fraction. So 2/8 take away 1/8 equals 1/8. Fantastic. So this is my answer, 1/8. Well done. Now I have something tenths take away 4/5 equals 1/10. Are all of the denominators the same? No. So again, I need to convert all denominators first before finding the missing number. So what must I do to my 5 in order to have the same denominator? Good. I need to multiply it by 2. And if I multiply my denominator by 2, what do I need to do to my numerator? Good. I need to multiply that by 2 as well. So let me rewrite this fraction equation. Tenths, take away, and now we've converted 4/5 to tenths, and that's 8/10 equals 1/10. Now I can calculate it. 8 take away 1 equals 7. Great. I'm just going to double check my answer though. Let me see. 7/10 take away 8/10 equals, oh no. 7 take away 8 doesn't equal 1, does it? No, I can't. That's not right. We don't have enough. So I actually subtracted 1 from 8 when I should have, tell me? Added it. Okay, so 8 plus 1 equals 9. Okay, let me double check that. 9 take away 8 equals 1. Fantastic. It's a good thing that I double checked it. I'd like you to double check it because sometimes we can make a really silly mistake, and I know how to add and subtract those two numbers. They're really easy, so just be careful. Okay, let's try this one again. Convert all denominators first before finding the missing number. We have 20ths, take away 4/10, which equals 9/20. So first I'm going to find the lowest common denominator, which is, got 20, 10 and 20. Good, 20, well done. I'm going to multiply the denominator to match the larger one. So I'm going to multiply 10 by 2 to get 20. So therefore I need to do what to my numerator? Good, I also need to multiply it by 2. So I'm going to write it out again. 20ths, take away 8 times 2, 4 times 2 equals 8, and 10 times 2 equals 20. So 8/20 equals 9/20. Okay, and I know I made that mistake earlier, so I've got to be super careful. If I take 8 away from a number, it will give me 9. So I think I need to add them first. 8 plus 9 equals 17. So let me write that down and see if that's right. 17 take away 8, yes, is 9. Okay, that's fine. Great. Let's do one more. So I'd like you to tell me what to do. Are you ready? Go. Read the first step. Good. Okay. Good. Can we multiply the missing one? No. Okay, so let's write the missing equation. It's 15ths take away 1/15 equals 3/15. Well done. So what could this be if I take 1 away will give me 13? Tell me. Okay, let's see if you're right. 14/15 take away 1 equals 13/15. Yeah, well done. 14 take away 1 equals 13, and we have the same denominator. Good job. Okay, so now I'd like you to complete independent task 2. We have questions 7 to 10, and then to 14, and then 2 additional questions. Go back and pause, and when you're ready, unpause, and we'll go through the answers. So, how did you do? Let's take a look. Number 1, the answer, number 7, the answer is 1/10. Number 8, the answer is 14/16. You can simplify, so if you have 7/8, this is also correct. Number 9 is 9/12. And if you simplified that, then I'll also accept 3/4. Number 10 is 2/15. Number 11 is 5/18, although you may have simplified it to 5/6. Number 2 is 12/20, although again, you may have simplified it to 6/10. Now the answer here is 5/8. The reason it's 5/8 is because these two denominators are 16ths. If I had to find the equivalent 16th, the answer would be 10. Because my denominator is 8, it's actually half of that. So that's the reason why it is 5. Number 14 is 3. Good. 3/20. Number 15. I'm going to have to look at this and your teachers will have to look at it. But if in the 3 fractions that you have written, all of your denominators are 18ths, then as long as all of the numerators add to or total 17, then this is correct. So please post on Seesaw and we'll take a look. Finally, number 16, Annie added the denominators here. She added 4 and 16 instead of finding a common denominator first, and that's not okay. I hope you found that okay, and I look forward to seeing you for our next lesson tomorrow. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye.